can be. Because what happens, once you have a corrupted cell, if it becomes the stem cell, the way stem cells work is that you have a stem cell, it becomes two daughter cells, one comes back to be the stem cell, the other daughter goes out and creates other progeny. Well, if this is corrupted, guess what? You are going to constantly create corrupted cells. No ifs, no ands, no buts. So you have that. So now we've got that process going on. So toxins can affect you one of three ways. Now, as your blood is getting to your liver, in trying to protect you from yourself, does one of three things, or one of two things actually. One, it seeks to render the toxins harmless. Liquid, gas, solid, pass it out, done deal, not an issue. On the other hand, if the liver cannot chemically negate the toxin and turn it into an inert substance, it will encase it in fat. Okay? Now, how many of you here have ever done a water fast? Okay, a couple of you. And for those of you who have, if you think back how you felt on the second or third day of your fast, not too good. Usually people, the comment I make is they feel like death warmed over, and some of them actually have that aroma. And the reason being, well, you know, what's true is true. I always speak the truth, whether anybody likes it or not. I was actually almost thrown out of a restaurant doing the same presentation in a restaurant, if you can imagine, and we didn't have a separate room. They just had a giant curtain, and there's a guy, please, would you shut up, stop talking about that. So we had to buy him a bottle of wine so we could continue the training. True stories. I have all kinds of true stories. But of course, even I don't even drink white wine. So having said that, so now here what happens when you do a water fast, so you all know, the first day you go through your glucose, your sugar. The second day you go through your stored sugar, glycogen. By the third day you're now going into the fat, which is, I call it stored energy. And that's where the toxins are stored as well. So what you want to do are the following things. First and foremost, I told you about diet. The second thing you want to work on is, you know about colon cleansing and intestinal tract cleansers. Well, there's more to it than that, and there should be, for this simple reason. If you're the kind of people, and there are a lot of folks out there, because I used to have a store, and like I've been in the industry, like Lauren said, 33 some years, and I've done everything in the industry, including working the aisles. And people come in and they'll buy the large cans of the Yerba Prima psyllium husks, because they're not really going to do the vegetables and fruits, they're going to do the psyllium because it's easier. Let me take it home, throw it in some water, drink it, I've got my fiber, I can go and eat the other stuff. It's not an issue. Catch-22 is after about 6-7 months, I'm seeing these same people coming to me and saying, Michael, I've got diverticulitis, I've been diagnosed with irritable bowel, I have colitis, Crohn's, close. Crohn's is autoimmune, which is a whole other story. But they have all these irritations. So if you have any of those symptoms and any of the irritation, look to slippery elm and marshmallow. These are two herbs that are wonderful to soothe any irritation of the villi throughout your entire gastrointestinal tract. Okay? Also, you may know slippery elm for phlegm and mucus. It's great come wintertime, which we're in. If you have a lot of phlegm and mucus in your lungs and chest, it will pull it out. If you ever buy a product and you bring the product back and you say, hey, this product is not working for me, the first question I always ask is, how's your digestion? And of course, everybody's digestion is wonderful. It's always the product. So the second question is dairy. Do you do dairy? And the reason I want to know this is because if you're doing dairy, you've got phlegm and mucus in your intestinal tract, which is clogging up the little holes of the villi, the orifices, and you're not getting the uptake of nutrients. So you want to look at slippery elm and marshmallow to help clear that mucus and phlegm out of your intestinal tract as well as your lungs. I use garlic and pumpkin seed. If you think you have parasites, if you've been diagnosed with parasites, if you want to check if you have parasites, get a magnifying glass, a flashlight, and a mirror, and stand in front of it and shine the light into your eye and use the magnifying glass to try to look into the pupil of your eye. If you have a wavy black line, you will have parasites. To kill parasites, it's real simple. Pumpkin, garlic seed. If you were in India, they'll tell you to chew watermelon seed, and anywhere in Mexico and other parts of the world, they'll tell you to chew papaya seeds. And if you haven't done that, papaya seeds are like peppercorns. You can dry them, you can put them in your pepper mill, you'll have a constant way of protecting yourself. I also use in my intestinal product apple pectin and clay. Clay is wonderful. I don't know what you all use it for in gardening, but I can tell you from an internal cleansing point of view, clay absorbs toxins. It is wonderful for that. Apple pectin has 4 wonderful qualities, and this is why you should eat apples every day. It will help to control your blood pressure. It will help to control your cholesterol. It helps to control your bowels. It also has electromagnetic properties, much like cilantro, so it'll act as a metal detoxifier. Okay? So that will keep your intestinal tract in good shape. It'll keep it clean. And of course, I'm not going to say to you load up on psyllium husk or rice bran. I'd rather see you do the organic vegetables and organic fruits. It's going to be much healthier. Plus, that kind of fiber is not going to create any irritation or aggravation for the villi. And the beautiful thing about fiber is that it absorbs moisture. And because it pushes and it do that to you. It's the helmet and ask hands, because they want to expose themselves, so to speak. But it's absolutely astounding how many people think that if they only had a bowel movement 2 or 3 times a week, that it's, I will tell you in addition at this point, that our body only responds to a once, maybe twice a day. But if you're not going every single day, you really need to examine your diet because you're working against yourself. Now, to keep your blood clean, I told you the iron, zinc, manganese, molybdenum. You also want to look at herbs like red clover, yellow dock, burdock root, wonderful blood purifiers. In fact, I just heard last week that chaparral is back in the market. Yes? No? Have you?
We've carried it for at least 3 years, I guess now.
What, chaparral? You've had it in capsule?
Yeah, there.
I remember when the FDA banned it, took it off, we took it out of some of our products. It's a wonderful blood purifier, blood cleanser. Next area you want to work on and you want to examine is the liver. Because your liver, actually, everyone is under the belief that the most important job your liver performs is what?
Detoxify.
Detoxify. Does anybody really know what the primary purpose of the liver is?
Something with the bones?
Pardon?
Something with the bones?
Nope.
Well, it stores vitamin D. It makes gall for the gallbladder
Uh-huh.
so that you can digest the fats.
Uh-huh.
And it's been a long time since I had that on the tape.
You're doing good. You're doing real good. But what's amazing, and no one ever says this, is that the primary purpose of the liver is to manufacture sugar.
Yeah.
That's its number one purpose. Your body runs on sugar. And we're not talking about the white stuff. If you want to use the white stuff, get somebody that has a diabetic ulcer. Pour it into the ulcer. You'll close it up. If you have animals that have ulcers, if you have old folks that have bed sores, take the sugar, pack it into the sore. You will close it up. You will heal it. Faster than any drug, faster than anything you can think of. White granulated sugar. Okay, excellent. So what we want to do, we've cleaned out the blood, now we want to work on the liver. Part of the problem with most folks is that their liver does